again guys, and welcome back to my channel, The Poetry of Nice. If you are new here, this is a channel all about reselling online. I buy things at yard sales and thrift stores and garage sales, and I flip them online for a profit. I'm a firm believer that anybody can do it, and on this channel I show people how I go about running my business. Now today's video is sponsored by PhotoRoom. If you haven't heard of it before, PhotoRoom is an image editing app. You can get studio quality photographs in seconds. You can capture, edit and remove backgrounds with just the tap of a button. And as you can imagine, this is a great asset for people who sell products online. Basically, you can take an image, a photograph that you have taken yourself, and you can do all kinds of really cool stuff to it to get it ready to shine in a variety of marketplaces. If you're an online reseller like me, you will understand exactly how valuable this is. Not to mention, it's a huge time saver, which is a big plus. So I've been playing around with PhotoRoom for a couple of weeks now, trying it out with different photographs and different styles and things like that. And I have absolutely found a few different avenues that I really enjoy producing images that I feel are perfect for my brand and my online presence. Essentially, if you are in need of photographs that are clean and cohesive and that support your brand and your aesthetic, then the PhotoRoom app can absolutely help you out. And I'm going to show you exactly how. On this channel, when I talk about different products and things like that that can support resellers in their reselling process, I almost always point out that I am in need of things that streamline my process. I don't need to overcomplicate things. I need things to be simple. And that is really just in response to the way that my life is right now. The way that everybody's life probably is right now. I need things to simplify and streamline. They're my top two. I also have absolutely no interest at this point in investing in bulky photography equipment. I've been reselling online for about 6 years now. And other than a ring light, I literally have not invested in photography equipment. I use my iPhone for my photographs. I used to have a flat lay. I don't bother with that anymore because I got tired, quite frankly, of spreading it out and rolling it up. I didn't have the space to leave it down all the time without other people in my household messing with it and tearing it up, and then I would have to reinvest in a new one way sooner than I really felt like I wanted to. So considering the fact that I don't want to dedicate any space in my house necessarily to just a photography area, and I don't want to invest too much money in like equipment and things like that, and I also don't want to have to pull equipment and things out of storage in order to use it and to take my product photographs, to me that just introduces friction, and it means that I am not going to be as efficient doing my job. All of those things considered, PhotoRoom is a game changer for me. So before I tell you everything that the app does, and I will tell you about all of the features and things like that so that you know exactly what it can offer you in terms of your business process, I'm going to let you know straight up exactly how I use it and how it fits into my daily process when it comes to taking photos to list online. I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari and Etsy, and I use the same photos for all of those different platforms. So I take one set of photos for each item, and that is what goes up to every single platform. However, when it comes to actually taking those photographs, my process is a little haphazard, shall I say. Essentially, it is unpredictable at best. When I first started out, I would take my pictures as a flat lay on the floor. Then I moved to a dress form and an actual flat lay, like I mentioned, which was a huge piece of paper that I would roll out on the floor. And the whole point of that was to have like very neutral, very cohesive photographs. Basically, I wanted my stores or my closet to look visually appealing. I wanted everything to look clean. I wanted everything to look like it came from the same seller, like I was actually attempting to develop some kind of brand, so that when people came to shop in my closet and my stores, they would potentially keep on scrolling. That was always my goal. And then life got complicated, because doesn't it just? And I started YouTube and I run my business and I homeschool 3 little boys. There's no time for all of that, quite frankly. By the time I get round to it in the evening, I've lost my natural light. It just wasn't working. And like I said, I didn't want that friction of having to pull out different pieces of equipment and do a setup, and then somebody's messing with the lights and doing whatever. That just wasn't for me. So I've come full circle when it comes to photography for my business, and I've gone back to flat lays on the floor, either on a rug or that is literally just my living room rug. We're not fancy here. Or the wooden floor. And I take photographs while my kids do their schoolwork, like their independent work, or they have a snack, or they have some screen time. I literally do it right there in the midst of them so that I can still be mom and I can still see to everything that I need to see to, but I'm also getting some work done at the same time. There is no life-work balance that is happening here at all, but I don't know why, I don't know how, but it does work, at least for now. So you can imagine exactly what it means to me as a seller to have something post production, I suppose, post photography to be able to get that cohesive look for all of my items. And actually, I'll let you know that I decided to put this app sort of through its paces, if you like, because I know as clothing resellers, we don't just sell, you know, like a blue t-shirt all the time. We sell weird and wonderful things, and a lot of us don't even sell just clothing, we sell hard goods as well. So I really wanted to see exactly what this app could do on different surfaces around my home. Again, not everybody has wood or tile, some people have carpet, some people, like I used to, take the photographs in the garage. All of these things I tested out using this app. And I also tested out a bunch of different garments that had different textures, things that had like fraying to them, so really small minute details that I was very curious to see if the app would pick up. And as well as all those little details, I tested out on some different like fabric types, and I tried some shoes and all these different elements just so I could show you exactly what could be achieved, real talk, using the PhotoRoom app. So my process as of right now is as follows. I take my photographs, and I usually take around 8 to 12 photographs per item, and then just my thumbnail at this point in time is what I am editing. Now, I will say that you can do batch editing with this, which is fantastic, and I'll show you a little clip of that so you can see exactly what that looks like and exactly how easy that is to achieve. I may start doing that, like for each listing, doing every single photograph in the same background, but as of right now, I'm really just focused on that initial thumbnail. I'm wanting the aesthetic of my closet and my shop to look like it is all one, and to look like it's just very intentional. So as I start listing these new items, that's what I'm doing. I'm introducing a new background that I'm just repeating over and over. However, if you want to have some fun with it, you totally can. PhotoRoom has so many instant backgrounds that you can choose from. So if you want more of a natural look, they have things like marble, like wood, like concrete. And then if you want something that's really out there, they have things like graffiti or glitter or tile patterns, or even seasonal things as well. I tend to keep things a little more muted just because, I don't know, boring, maybe, not sure. But there's definitely room for some self-expression there. And so if you like a lot of like pops of color and things like that in your closet, then this could absolutely work for you. It's also great because if you have something like a white t-shirt versus a black t-shirt, you can totally mix up your background so that you make the item itself actually pop, which is obviously something you can't really do when you're just using one backdrop all the time. Like I said, my preferences go towards the more sort of natural side, like the woods and the marbles and things like that, like a more muted sort of color palette, very neutral, I suppose. Actually, when you visit my closet, you can tell that I have no particular space that I give to photographs. It's all over the place. I have photographs on my living room rug. I have it on our wood floor. I have it on top of our freezer in the garage because it was like a white neutral top, and I was like, this will work. I have them on a wooden bench that I have behind me. There is no rhyme or reason. It's literally where I found the moment to be able to take those photographs in amongst just everyday life. Obviously, PhotoRoom is a game changer in that scenario because it doesn't matter anymore where I take my photographs. As long as I have a bit of light on the situation, whether it's like natural light from the window or from an overhead light, as long as it's even halfway decent, I get a good photograph out of it. Overall, I would say that the app handles things really well, especially when it comes to details. I shouldn't really be surprised because if you check them out on the App Store, they have more than 21,000 reviews and they're 4.8 out of 5. So obviously they're doing something right. Like I said though, I did put them to the test and I tried them with things like frayed cut off jeans. I tried them with faux suede. I tried them with shoes. I tried them with like crocheted and knit pieces. I tried them with items that had small details that I would really want to highlight, like a scalloped edge. And every single one of those items popped and looked natural on the backdrop. This app moves really quickly. It really is a tap of a button and the background's gone. And then you can just play around with all kinds of different things to place in there and see exactly what works for you. It's actually kind of addictive, so beware. As I mentioned earlier on, you can edit in batch mode, so you can do multiple photographs at the same time. So for instance, if you had an item and you had 10 photographs representing that item, you could select all 10 photographs using the multiple tool. Then you select one single background for those photographs, click next, and you can go ahead and save those photographs. All of a sudden, you have all 10 product photographs with the exact same background. It looks like you put all kinds of thought into your lighting and your design and all that kind of stuff, but you haven't. You just relied on PhotoRoom. It may be cheating, but I kind of like it. You can also resize photographs for the different platforms and marketplaces in the PhotoRoom app. So for instance, we all know that you really need to take your photographs in a square mode. I usually do this by altering it on my iPhone before I take the photographs, but once in a while I'll take photographs and shoot, I didn't do it. All is not lost. PhotoRoom can help you out. There is an option within the app to resize that photograph to meet that square dimension, which is exactly what you need for things like Poshmark and eBay and Etsy. Side note though, as of right now, you can only edit in batch using an iPhone, although Android is being worked on, I'm told. Another cool feature is you can export your photographs in HD, and let me tell you, they are not messing around with the high definition. As I hope you can see from my photographs of the frayed jean shorts, this app removed the background and yet picked up every single fray that was there on those denim shorts. I actually zoomed in as close as I could because I couldn't quite believe it. It's super easy to edit inside of the app as well. You can adjust things like your brightness and your warmth. And the cool thing is it will only adjust those elements on the actual subject of the photograph, like your piece of clothing, as opposed to the whole photograph. Again, keeping things really visually cohesive without even having to try. And the last feature I want to point out is that you can export your photographs directly to Poshmark. If you are only a Poshmark seller, this could absolutely be a time saver for you. As I mentioned earlier in the video though, I do use my photographs on all 4 platforms that I sell on right now. I tend to go a little bit old school with my photographs and just save them directly to my phone because I am pushing them out to different platforms. But basically you have the choice between whether you go directly to Poshmark or saving them to your device. Personally, I think it's great that we could do either. And again, getting that high definition image is fantastic. All right, you guys, so I'm going to drop a link down below in the description. Now it is a referral link just to let you know, but if you want to learn a little bit more about PhotoRoom and whether or not it could be useful to you in your business model, then I would definitely suggest you click that link and check it out. The last time I looked, their subscriptions were both monthly and yearly, and when I priced up a monthly subscription for myself using an iPhone, it was going to be under $10. I personally will happily pay $10 a month to not have to fight my children or my dog over backdrops and flat lays and lights. Just saying. I personally have been using the Pro subscription, and that has given me access to thousands of Pro templates. Of course, if you have any questions at all, then please do feel free to pop them down below. I will do my absolute best to answer them for you. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!